Holocaust survivor, Nobel Peace Prize laureate, prolific author, and outspoken activist Elie Wiesel died Saturday at the age of 87. Arguably the best known Holocaust survivor, maybe best known starting with his memoir of the Holocaust called Night, which has sold over 6 million copies to date. It has been translated into 30 languages. I read Night when I was in middle or high school, and then I read it again just a couple of years ago, and it was even more poignant reading as an adult. I don't know, Lewis. Maybe you just have more of an understanding of the world and sort of realize the extent to which what he describes in the book is just absolutely horrifying and inconceivable.
Yeah, I've actually started to distance myself from the movies, the documentaries, and the museums themselves,
Right.
because I've seen so much, and I just think this is just so depressing. It's like, I get it. This is so brutal. I've had enough.
Wiesel was in the Auschwitz concentration camp, originally born in Romania in 1928, and he was ultimately sent to a sub-camp of Auschwitz along with his father, who ultimately died after being beaten by a German soldier in 1945, shortly after both of them were force-marched to the Buchenwald camp. Wiesel's mother, Sarah, and younger sister, Zipporah, also died in the Holocaust, and Wiesel was the recipient of the U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom. He was knighted by the United Kingdom, and of course, as I mentioned, the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986 for speaking out against violence, repression, and racism. He received over 100 honorary doctorates. And an interesting note about Wiesel is that while he did win the Nobel Peace Prize, he was also a very accomplished writer, and he was being considered for the Nobel Prize for Literature at the same time, which he ultimately didn't win. He had authored 57 books. An interesting story about Wiesel is that in Israel in the year 2007, then Prime Minister Ehud Olmert reportedly suggested nominating Wiesel as a candidate for president of Israel on behalf of the Kadima party, but Wiesel is said to have declined the offer, although I don't know that anything officially was ever revealed about that. You may remember that in 2007, Wiesel was attacked in a San Francisco hotel by a 22-year-old Holocaust denier. I am no big fan of Oprah, but I recommend read Night. It's a quick read. I reread it over a couple of days, over a weekend, a year or two ago. After you read Night, check out an interview, it's on YouTube, that Oprah did with Wiesel, where they went back to Auschwitz together in 2006. Watch his speeches, watch any of his stuff. Truly one of the most impactful speakers that I've seen, someone that made a big, big influence on me for sure, and everybody should be aware of his work.